Okay, so now let us install Python in Windows. Go to this .com, python.org. When you come down here, you can see Windows. So the latest Python release is 3.11.3 and the stable release is 3.10.11. Always go for a stable release. Okay, so the major feature of this compared to now adding, we don't want these things, we want only this Windows installer 64-bit recommended one. So let us click in it. Yeah, it is downloading. Let us open it when it gets downloaded. Yes, the download has finished, and obviously here in downloads you can find within the program the Python is there. Right click, run as administrator. Yes, add Python exe to path, customize installation. Leave it install Python for all users. Precompile standard libraries. Download debugging symbols. I don't know what these two are. So let us go and install it. Since we have ticked the for setting path, I think it will set the path automatically. Change your machine configuration to allow program including Python to bypass the 260 max path limitation. Okay, let us disable it. Type to launch Python or search Python in your start menu. What is new release? Okay, let us disable it and let us close it. We go there. Let us type py Python so we can see the Python is here.
Okay, without any delay, let us start programming in Python. For programming in Python, you need two things. The first thing is go to the command prompt and check whether Python is installed in your system. For that, all you need to do is type python version, enter. Okay, if the Python is installed and the path is set correctly, then you could find a similar output like this in your command prompt. If it is not showing something like this, the version could vary depending upon what you have installed. And if not, if it is not showing similar output, then I think you should go and install the Python, or if you have already installed and it's not showing, then you go on check the path and reset it. So the first step is check whether the Python is installed here. The second step, you need a text editor or an IDE through which you can write the Python programs. So for that, there are so many IDEs. For example, I'll show you some. So for Python, there is an IDE called, I think, PyCham, Charm, PyCharm. Yeah, the PyCharm is a specific IDE built for Python. There is one problem, like if you will be spending next 3 to 6 months learning Python in this IDE, then in case in future if you want to learn Java, then you think, okay, let's learn Java, then you can't continue with this IDE, then you have to go for another one called NetBeans. Okay, there's another IDE for Java, or else there is another for Eclipse. Yeah, Eclipse. So it's kind of like for each language, when you want to learn, wish to learn in future, you have to be switching the IDs also. So there will be a time delay of knowing the environment of the IDE than working with it. So rather than this, I think we should go for Visual Studio Code which is kind of a code editing, place. Is not exactly like an IDE, but with all those extension plugins installed, it is not less than an IDE too. The one plus of Visual Studio Code is in future, if you want to learn Java, you could put one more plugin and just continue with the same environment of Visual Studio Code. If you go for another language like Ruby or Go, then you install another plugin and go with learning the same programming language with the same environment. So I think the Visual Studio Code shoots us. So let us choose it. You're free to choose any tool, any kind of IDE or code editor which you wish. So I have already installed the Visual Studio Code. I go there and I open it. Okay. After installing the Visual Studio Code, if you open it, you can see this welcome screen like this or something like this. So first thing we need to do is how the Visual Studio Code works is if you want to do a program, then it should be written within a folder. First thing it demands us is to create a folder and then work from it. So I have already created a folder named Programming Practice. Within that, I'll create another folder and I'll name it as Python Practice. So after this, we will be, storing all the codes regarding Python within this folder, and we will be working from this. So here we go. Here, open the folder. You can go there from Visual Studio Code. You could click Open Folder and go to the place where the folder is, and Python Practice, and select it. Now the folder is set, and now you can go ahead and create a Python file and start editing, writing a Python program. So let us write a sample Python dot py. So it's not dot py. So here you can see the dot py is the extension for Python. As soon as we typed it, the Visual Studio Code senses and it shows the Python symbol. So let us now enter it. Now the Visual Studio Code says that, okay, now you're going to work with Python file, but unfortunately I don't have the interpreter or the compiler, whatever the setup needed to run this Python program. So better you install it. This is the recommended thing. You can go ahead and install it here itself, or if you want, you can go and click this icon here. It's called extension, and you can go in and search for something named Python. Yes, as you could see. Okay, now as soon as you typed this, you could see that there are so many suggestion extensions shown by the Visual Studio Code, and you could see these are the people who have written it. This is written by Microsoft. All you have to do is just choose whichever one you like, or you can go with the number of people who have installed it, and it's your wish. I choose this one because it's Microsoft. Let's click install. It's installing. Okay, now you can see that the installation is completed. It is showing disable or uninstall. Let us close this, and yeah, we don't need the extension. We can go here. Okay, now we have, I did already. So let us test. So let us write a simple Python program. A simple Python program is a print statement. God. Okay, now let us save it. You can go file, save. Now you need to run it. You need a terminal. Go to the terminal, new terminal. Now, by default, it is opening a PowerShell terminal. If you want, you can switch it to the command prompt terminal, which is so many of you would have been used to. So, okay. So let us run this program. So we need to check whether we are already inside the folder. So we are under the Python practice folder, and within which we are going to run this file. So let us type Python space sample python.py and enter. Yo, thank God. Okay, now we got our output. So my friends, we have successfully set our text editor for further programming of Python, and we also tested it with a simple program. Thank God. Meet you in next video. Until then, it's Rishi. So excited to meet you again.